In this episode, we're going to be talking about whether or not the at-home bar is coming back in style. Welcome everyone to this episode of the Ask Jason Gelios Show. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. I appreciate you tuning into this episode where we're going to be talking about at-home bars. And that's the bars, whether it's liquor storage or it's a wet bar, whether or not that trend is actually coming back. Before we dive into this topic though, if you can go ahead and follow me on social media, I share those links in the description below. Tell a friend, family member, and enemy about this show so that they can get that value as well. And be sure to visit my website, allaboutttherealestate.com. So this is a great topic, and that's, our at-home bar is still trendy. And to kind of share with you a little bit about the at-home bar trend, when it was the 50s and the 60s, right? The elite, maybe I shouldn't say elite, but rich people had bars in their houses, right? You've seen it a lot in the show, like think Mad Men. Not sure if you're a Mad Men fan. I love that show. He comes home and he grabs a drink. He's got a little area for liquor and all that. Come to think about it, I don't know if he had a sink or anything, but he just had liquor there, and they had it in the office too. Okay, so the 50s and the 60s made the at-home bar popular, and then it became more and more common in homes and for your average Joe and Jane to put one in a renovated basement or in the living room off to the side, right? I've seen houses that were built in the 90s still that they had a little dry bar area. And in the luxury market, you've seen it more common where they had it plumbed, right? So plumbed for sink. And it was a wet bar where it was actually fully functional. It's pretty cool. Had a little fridge, a wine fridge, things like that. Then, the at-home bar just prior to COVID started kind of fading away. Not many people were getting into it. But then COVID happened and people were sitting at home. People were drinking more. That's a statistic out there. And it became more and more popular. Now, the at-home bar now, it's 2022. The at-home bar is not so much about drinking, but it's more of a fully functional area where you can put out drinks, regular drinks. People put kids drinks in their juice boxes and things like that. I know that sounds crazy, it's a bar, but it's becoming the at-home bar is becoming more of an entertainment spot and less of a let's all get together and just pound the drinks, right? So I want to share with you some stuff. Now, first off, How's Emerging Home Design Trends Report, okay, that's HOUZZ, which I don't endorse them in any way, but this is where this report came. It was late 2021. They're an online design source. They said that searches for home bars and wine cellars, both of those topics were up in search engine rankings 4 times since 2020. Pretty interesting. So more and more people are searching for these things for ideas, right? Now, some of the things, if you're going to do an at-home bar, you should consider some things, and that's one, decide, do you want it dry, where you just have some liquor stored there, or whatever you're gonna have stored there? Could be coffee, could be carbonated water. They have those machines now. Okay, are you gonna have it are you gonna have a wet bar where it's gonna be with a sink and a mini fridge? I always recommend do the wet bar because that's what the majority of home buyers want that are looking for that area. And I can tell you from somebody personally that I have, we have an at-home bar in our basement, and then we have a beverage area off to the side of our kitchen. We have our coffee there, bottled water, cans, all that stuff in the mini fridge. And so it's pretty cool to have that function. Now, some of the design musts that this report from House says, they said that, okay, if you're going to renovate a beverage area or an at-home bar, you should have LED lighting under the cabinets and consider floating shelves and beautiful hardware. Hardware for sure. You should have nice hardware on cabinets and drawers. By the way, I'm not a fan of drawers or cabinets not having any handles, and you gotta sit there and that drives me nuts. I hate that. Okay, I have a bathroom drawer that has that. I'm throwing a handle on it as soon as I remember to do so. Okay, now I want to share with you some key takeaways about at-home bars in a home. Okay, and this is courtesy of Realtor Magazine. Again, not an endorsement, but they share great information. So, homeowners should find the best spot for mixing and pouring drinks with all the room for bar accessories. You know, those shakers and all this other stuff that they have, stirs, whatever. You know, other thing, lime, whatever goes in a drink. You know, I'm not a huge drinker, but you should have plenty of room for these things to make drinks and store the accessories, bar accessories. Now, a second one, decide if your at-home bar is mostly for liquor storage, which I kind of talked about this earlier in this episode, or if you want to provide full service, so sink and refrigerator. If you could do full service, do full service. It's better for resale, in my opinion. Now, last one here is you can add some glamorous items to the at-home bar decor, okay, or beverage area, such as stone countertops, a backsplash that's a mirror, which makes the space seem bigger, especially for bars. That's really cool. And if you go out to a restaurant that has a bar, chances are they have a mirror behind the liquor and all that, and good LED lighting. So I feel that's important, that you should have nice lighting and make it feel comfortable, especially if it's an at-home bar, which is actually the majority of what we're talking about here, where you have the bar stools in the bar and then the liquor behind, and you have the fridge. You might even have a dishwasher, just depends. Yes, some at-home bars have dishwashers. So I hope you guys found this valuable. Share your thoughts. Do you have an at-home bar in your house? If so, what kind? You know, is it a full service one with all the amenities, or is it just a dry storage little nook where you have liquor bottles and you kind of tap into that when you want to have some friends over or family over for a drink? So share your thoughts in the comments. Again, be sure to follow me on social media. All those links are in the description below, and hit me up on my website. It's allabouttherealestate.com. Fill out the pop-up to receive new episodes in your email once a week. I'm Jason Gelios, Michigan Realtor. Have a great week.